Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi Rook. If you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to ring the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. Today, what I'm going to do is a December favorites. I didn't try a ton of new products in December. I was really concentrating on some of my older products, but I do have a good little collection of products. I really wanted to talk about December favorites. I know a lot of people who do yearly favorites at the end of December don't normally do a December favorites, but I definitely wanted to share these few products that I did try in December that I really enjoyed. I am wearing the majority of all these products on my face. I really wanted to play with them and then kind of show you how they look put all together. I really love how this look turned out, so if you'd like to see the products that I absolutely have been loving in December, just keep watching. So how I created this eyeshadow look, I think it's really pretty, kind of whimsical. So I went into my See You Never Poppie Cosmetics palette. I really like this palette for the winter time. It was in my winter favorite eyeshadow palettes. They're just so unique. It's a very kind of sheer formula, but really puts off some good color. I have this up in my crease, and then I have this dark brown as my wing. I kind of just winged it out down the bottom lash line as well. Really like this palette. I've been using it quite a lot through December. And then over the eyeshadow palette, I did use two pressed pigments. I did make a purchase off Peaches and Cream, and two of the pigments that I purchased, this one is Pearl and this one is Gatsby. So I have both of them on my eyelid. I'll go ahead and do swatches. They're very messy, so I have to be super careful. The first time I used Pearl, I actually dumped a bunch all over the floor, so I was super mad. So there's only half a container left of that one. So there is Pearl. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like an iridescent duochrome. It flashes from white to pink to yellow, and I have that on the front part of my crease. So if you see that really kind of unique color, that's what you see peeking out. I think it's really pretty and added a really kind of cool definition to your look, especially when you like move your head back and forth. And the other one is the most metallic, gorgeous, shiny, glistening, glittery color. This is Gatsby. What I did with that color is I took a glitter glue and I tapped it right above my lash line, along the entire lash line, and then up towards the back of my lid, up to my crease, and then I just tapped the Gatsby right on top. It adds a really beautiful glitter as I shift my head back and forth. I really love how this look turned out, super kind of unique, and I loved using both of those pigments. I really like the Peaches and Cream pigment. I don't use pigments a whole lot, but those ones are really pretty, and if I'm needing something just uber special, I go to those two pigments for sure. I like the Pearl in my inner corner, or even as a face highlight. That's really pretty. So I've been absolutely loving those two pigments. So a skin prep product that I absolutely need during December and January, the rest of winter I will also be using it. This is the Ordinary 100% cold pressed virgin marula oil. I absolutely have to have a face oil during the winter. My skin gets super dry. That's a really good one. I don't have any issues with my makeup breaking up. So I apply that first thing in the morning, then I do my makeup a little bit later, and it goes over top so well and my skin feels super hydrated. Another skincare type product, this is the Algenist Triple Algae Eye Renewal Balm. This is a very hydrating eye balm. I use this on my under eyes and on top of my lids. It feels super hydrating. It's a thicker cream. It's not one of those lighter eye creams, and this works really great, especially at nighttime, to really hydrate my under eyes. I don't really notice anything other than hydration, but right now that is definitely what I'm needing. For foundations, I've been using two consistently through December and now through January. So the first one is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is a very full coverage foundation. This is something you do not need very much. The tiniest amount, a tiny dot here, a tiny dot here, and a tiny dot here on the cheek, that will cover your whole face. It is very full coverage. It is very long wearing. It's a little dry, but as long as I really prep my skin, it works so good. This is going to work great through the rest of the year. This is a really great foundation. I really enjoy the coverage. It does have a little bit more radiant finish. I wouldn't say dewy, but definitely more like a satin, but very hydrating. I do really like this foundation a lot. The coverage is really incredible. It's just a tiny dry for me. As long as I do my skin prep, it works really great. The other one that I've been using is the Holy Grail. This is the Purlisse Perfect Glow BB Cream. This has light coverage, a dewy finish, lasts a good amount of time on my skin. My skin looks plump and really dewy, very hydrated, and I really love this a lot. I've talked about that one a lot, but I continue using it just all the time because it is so gorgeous. I've really been enjoying the NYX, this is the Bare With Me Concealer Serum. This has very light, almost sheer coverage, but it is super hydrating, so on the day-to-day I will wear the Purlisse Perfect Glow this concealer. It has a really nice finish of glowy, dewy under eyes. It doesn't give me all the coverage I need, but I will just apply some powders on top of it to give it a little bit more coverage, but I have been really enjoying this one. I have two new bronzers and I've been trying to decide which one I want to talk about because I like each of them for something different, so I'm just going to talk about both of them. So I've really been loving the Lys No Limit Matte Bronzer in Light. This is a really great pigmented, creamy bronzer. It goes on the skin so nice, kind of airbrushed. It blends out really nice. The only issue with this one is a little bit dark for me right now. I really love the formula. I have been using this, but I kind of have to be careful not to go overhand because it is a little bit more pigmented. And the other one is the Visiart Light Bronzer. I like this bronzer for a little bit different of a reason. It is a very sheer powder. You do kind of have to build it up, but I like that because it gives you some options with this bronzer. It's also a very neutral kind of cool tone undertone. I'll go ahead and show both of these colors on my fingers. So they both work a little bit different. There is the Lys and there is the Visiart. But the Vizier is a really nice bronzer if you were wanting more of a sheer, cool tone, kind of almost of a contour, but you can kind of build it up and you have more variety with that bronzer versus the Lys, which is very pigmented and a little bit more warm. I have been using my Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist a lot more now that my skin has got super dry. This is the heaviest, the most hydrating, and the most dewy setting spray I have in my collection. This is a spray that if I need an immense amount of hydration, this is what I go for. The only issue with this spray is because it is so heavy, sometimes it can cause my eyeshadow to crease. So when I'm applying it to my face, I just cover my eyeshadow, spray the bottom of my face, move my hands down, and spray my forehead. But this gives me the absolute most intense glow. I did have to use it today because I was feeling just super dry, but it gives me such a glowy finish to my skin, and I really like that spray. But if you have oily skin, I would probably skip that one because it is a very heavy, hydrating, almost not oily, but almost kind of. It feels so good. I really like it, and I like the smell of it as well. I talked about this product in my November favorites, but I'm going to have to talk again about it in my December favorites. This is the Menagerie Cosmetics Arthrine Blush Palette. I can't get over how much I just love this blush palette. It's so beautiful, super blendable, really pigmented. I do have it on today, and I'm wearing these two colors right here. This is just my ideal, my perfect blush palette. I love the tones. I really think it's beautiful. The cool tone, kind of neutral colors, very unique colors. I just love this palette so much. I've gotten so much use out of it. It's absolutely stunning, and I think it's probably one of my favorite purchases from the past year. Another blush product, these are no longer available, but it's more of the idea of how I'm using a specific product, not necessarily these ones. So these are the Wet n Wild. They're baked blushes, but they are kind of a shimmery topper, so you could also use like a really pigmented highlighter. I know Melt has some, so here are some of the colors. They're just so beautiful. So what I like about those products is they're kind of sheer, but they have a lot of glow. They have a little bit of color backing, but not a whole lot, so I assume they're a lot like the Melt ones. I haven't used those ones, but what I like to do is use my matte blush all over my cheeks. Just take the really shimmery blush and put it right at the back of my cheeks. I think it's so beautiful. When you move your cheeks, you almost have that metallic look. I did use a little bit today. I just think it's gorgeous, but I like to keep the front of my cheeks matte and then just have like the blush topper on the back half of my cheeks. Adds such a beautiful, unique look to your cheeks. It might not be for everyone. I love so much blush, so if you're not a huge blush person, I would probably skip that step. I really love how it looks. I think it's so pretty. So for December, I was really into reds, but I'm also getting back into pinks. I think pinks are so pretty, especially when I have this kind of fair skin tone. I really like it. The lip liner I've been using is Colourpop Beeper. So there it is. I use this lip liner for any pink lip color I ever wear. It's a nice neutral mauve color. It's not too pink, but it does have that more mauve undertone. I really love that liner. And then some of the lips I've been getting in. On my lips today, I have Beeper as my lip liner. I use that lip liner for any pink I'm going to use. And then I have Jeffree from Jeffree Star's Cosmetics. And then I have his Nudist Colony lipstick in the middle of it. It creates this beautiful ombre pink lip. I really like how it looks. It's definitely a little poppy, but makes my teeth look white. I've also been loving Androgony from Jeffree Star, one of my favorite. This is a little bit more cool tone of a mauve. Really like that one a lot. And then I have absolutely been loving Max Syrup. That is a really pretty kind of glossy finish lipstick. And then the last one I did use on my New Year's Eve makeup tutorial, and this is Jeffree Star's Unicorn Blood. This is a gorgeous, dark, deep red, super pretty. Something a little bit more unique, but I really loved wearing that liquid lipstick. And the last product is a body product. I've said it 1,000 times, I have so dry skin. So I've been using the pink from Victoria's Secret. This is the coconut oil. It's just a body oil. It's a very thick one. It doesn't run down your hand when you apply it into your hand. It's just been really hydrating, feels really good on the skin, and has this really beautiful coconut smell. So I've been enjoying that quite a lot. So those are the products that I've been loving in December. They're a little bit different, especially with all the pink lips. Normally I go for nudes, but I've been loving the pink lip, the bright cheek, and kind of the pastel-y eyes. That's kind of what I've been going for. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys!